Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I have another layout using the Marks & Company Studio Calico kit. This is the 15th layout using this kit and it took me 57 minutes to complete. I'm showing you some of the embellishments I might be using on the page. And here are some of the papers, and most of them are scraps or the second sheet of pattern paper in this kit, because I always get the add-on pattern paper and the more pattern paper. So I'm going to use this Amy Tangerine cut and paste pattern paper as part of my background. And I'm just going to cut the branding strip. And then right off the bat, I know I want it to be not filled with pattern papers and embellishments. I want it to be more splatters, so I'm going to take out my Studio Calico box. I'm trying to figure out, approximately where I'm going to put this picture on this layout, and it's a picture of my daughter. We were at the apple picking place or apple picking orchard and she grabbed the camera and started doing selfies, and then we did a group selfie, and anyway, we were just having a bunch of fun. So I took several different colors of Mr. Huey inks and also some glimmer glaze, and I did 2-3 shades of pink and gray. And now I'm just taking the scraps of paper in the size that they are already at, and I'm just gonna cut it down to size to fit. Like that photo, I just took the leftover of that pattern paper and then I just cut it down at the bottom, like underneath the photo. That piece of gray paper was in that size and I'm just going to leave it that size. The pink pattern was actually a 4x6 card. It was actually a pattern paper that you could cut up in 3x4 and 4x6 cards, so I'm going to keep it in that size. Then there was these frames right here from Dear Lizzie, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it so that there's pink paper in behind. So I'm just going to cut down the branding strip and then I'm going to glue down the frame using my ATG gun. And once I have that frame glued down, I'm just going to take my scissors and kind of tip them inward so that the scissor cuts underneath the frame so that you don't see that piece of pattern paper. I'm going to want to use these doilies that we got a few months ago, or maybe it was last month. Anyway, there was like 10 or so, and I had a couple of them left, and I believe I have one left now. So they'll be all used up. Now I want to use one of those speech bubbles, and it just says, "Hey there." And I'm looking at the other ones, but they just don't fit the theme of this layout. So I'm not going to use any other ones. And then I'm looking to see if I can use some confetti that I can put on this page. And I want to use my favorite washi tape right now. It's this pink and basically cream washi tape. And then I want to use a whole bunch of enamel dots. I just want to spread them out throughout wherever there's splatters, and just to kind of finish off the splatters. So I'm going to use enamel dots in gray, in white, in aqua, in teal, in pink, and even navy, just to bring out some of the colors in the pattern paper. So it's going to take me a few minutes to figure that out. Okay, so while I'm adding those enamel dots, I just had a few questions. Actually, it was one question that several people asked, but Denise Parcells asked, are you going to upload a video showing your December daily progress soon? I hope so. I think it's because I picked up these new photos that, are new and fun, and also I ran out of printer ink, and for the December daily I print my pictures at home because it was like to keep going back to get pictures developed. is kind of a pain. And plus I need some for my project life, which I'm hoping to start this weekend. But I plan on ordering the ink tonight, so hopefully, usually it only takes a few days to come in. So hopefully soon. So now I'm going to take one of my markers and I'm going to outline every piece of pattern paper. And it's my new Staedtler markers, and they're 0.3, and I really like the thickness of the nib and the way that it writes on the layouts. Now I might as well do the scrapbookers that do YouTube videos to give them a shout out. So there is Kathleen Driggers, and she's awesome. I love her pages. Crafty Buns, she does awesome videos. She doesn't do voiceovers, they're music videos, so I really have to watch her videos when I'm not doing something else, because if I'm crafting that I don't see it, because just music I don't think of looking back up. And then there's Nick Mackin, and her name is Nicole, and what she does, I've seen that she did a few process videos, but she does more what she calls kit love, and she shows you a kit that she puts together, and then a little bit later she shows you how many pages she got done, and she shows you the layout and, you know, kind of explains what she did. So I love her videos. And then there's Enchanted Scrapper. So, oh, I didn't take 5 today, but anyway, so we'll do these 4. And I forgot to put down everybody on the video of yesterday, so I'll have to go once I'm done doing this video and do that and make sure I put it on my Facebook group too. So all these links will be in, for these people here, will be in this video, and I'll also put it on my Facebook group. And if you're wondering what Facebook group I'm talking about, I started a Facebook group for scrapbooking about 5 or 6 months ago. So there is about 500 of us on that group up to now, and we just share, you know, pages that we do and kind of motivate each other to just get our pages done. So now I, you know, outlined everything, and then I glued everything down to the page. And now I'm kind of looking at what else I could add, you know, on the layout. I looked to see if there was any of those stars that maybe that came in this month's kit, and they're like paper, like confetti almost. And there was none. If they would have been a little smaller, I would have liked them, but they were just too big. So now I'm going to add some washi tape in 3 different areas. And this layout was really not heavy on embellishments whatsoever. I just wanted it to be light and just fun, because it, you know, it was a fun page that she kind of took a little selfie of herself. So I'm going to add some more of those enamel dots, and I'm not really paying attention to the colors. I'm just putting, you know, 2 or 3 of each color and just putting them amongst the mist so that it looks like bigger drops of mist basically on the layout. I put the washi tape in 3 spots, and then I'm going to do the title, and it's just going to be with these mini markets, and they're called snow cone. And so the title is just selfie. And I'm just going to put it right there on top of that doily. This was such a fun and quick page to do. I just felt like I just started, you know, scrapbooking, and then all of a sudden, you know, the page was done, and it was just fun to get. I mean, it was still like an hour, but it didn't feel like an hour. It was just, I don't know, it was just fun to do, and I love the colors, and it was just like her personality, just fun and bright. So I added one of those enamel dots in the center of that little camera that was on that frame. And then I'm trying to decide where I'm going to put that speech bubble, and I'm just going to put it where the washi tape is. And I'm looking for, you know, other things that I can put on this layout. So on that frame, there's a little camera. Oh, I guess before that, there's 3 little hearts on that frame that I put to the right of the layout, and I'm trying to find something that would color it in white. And I thought for sure I had smooch inks. I thought I had 4 or 5 colors, but anyway, I couldn't find them. And so then I started looking at my white markers or white pens, gel pens and stuff, and they just weren't coloring it in so that it would really show. So I'm going to try several different markers. I even have one that's called like a souffle marker, and that didn't work also. And in the end, I'm going to use my chalk marker from, I believe the one from Close to My Heart, because that one colors in white right away. So that worked out really well. So that's what I'm doing right there with the Close to My Heart marker, because I wanted it to stand out. And I guess they're not hearts, they're little stars. And now I'm going to add my title to the left side of the page. And there you go. There it is. And now I knew I didn't want 3 of everything on the page because, again, I was trying to keep it light. So now I'm trying to find a flare to put. I'm going to take out a few because I'm not really sure which one I want to use. I end up choosing that one that has feathers on it, and again, just light. So I'm going to use that one there, and then at the top of the layout, I'm going to end up just getting a wood veneer that came in this month's kit, and I'm just going to do her initial, just the C for Caitlin. So each little cluster only has one embellishment, and they're not even related to each other. I just wanted one of each on each of the embellishment clusters. But it seems like I did spend quite a bit of time trying to figure out what I could do. Because I wasn't doing 3 of everything, it just made it even more difficult. So I just took the backing off that flare button, and I just stuck it right there where the washi tape is. And now I believe I'm looking maybe for some twine. So I'm just gonna loop it up, and I'm gonna stick it down with my Scotch quick dry adhesive. And I love using this Scotch quick dry adhesive for that. When you just want to add something quick like that, I just put, a dab of glue and I stick the twine into it. And when it dries, it is a little shiny, but it doesn't stand out like some other glue. So now I found that C that I wanted, but I didn't want it the color of wood. I wanted it to sort of coordinate with the page. So then I took out my Hero Arts daubers in white. Again, whenever something's too dark, I like to use the white first to kind of give it a base coat. And then I take the color that I want. So I'm going to take Pale Tomato, and in between each application of paint or ink, I like to use my heat tool just to dry it up. And it's so light, so as soon as I would lift my scissors a little bit, it would just kind of fly away. Now I'm going to add some quick dry adhesive glue in behind that letter, and I'm going to stick it down. And that's it. I've already added my mist, so I'm going to show you a few close-ups and then a few still pictures. And that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.